For your safety, please stand behind the yellow line. Please stand on the line. On the line.
I showed Jada this Straits Times video done by this journalist, and her concept is that she wants to learn how to become an influencer in 30 days. So in the video, she showed some stats, she spoke to some expert, spoke to local influencers, and her goal is to become an influencer herself in 30 days. So she got advice, and then she did a lot of things. So what stood out for you in the video?
Sorry, I don't know. I was like, what's the sign about? I'm like sighing. I'm sighing because
Anything that stood out for you in the video?
everyone wants to be an influencer. Everyone wants to be an influencer, but I don't think it's easy to get there.
Well, not everyone. It's just that the younger generation sees it as a possible, viable career path to take.
Yeah. Well,
Or YouTuber.
I mean, not just that, right? I think anyone with an Instagram account will also hope to see an increased number of followers or more likes on their page, right? Because that's what we've been conditioned to hope for or to want the moment you start an account.
It depends on whether you're doing it for that purpose or like you just want to share.
How many followers do you have on your IG?
3,000 plus? That's not high, right?
I know I have like
Influencers,
300 plus.
But do you see it as more of a for family and friends kind of IG?
I mean, mine is a private account. Yeah,
okay,
but then I would not deny to say that, oh, it feels good to maybe have more influence, more followers.
Okay.
Or if I were to look at people's account, I'll be like, wow, she has like thousands of followers. What did she do?
Interestingly, many years ago in my previous company, there was this intern. He was 19 years old. So back then, IG wasn't as popular. I mean, it's already very popular. But my colleagues were not having IG on their phone. So it's a new thing for them. And so we had some dinner, and then this 19-year-old intern is sharing with us about IG. I already had an IG account, but I wasn't active. Actually, I'm not active now also. But back then, I was even more inactive.
Yeah.
And then he's telling them about IG and all that. So by default, when they were creating their accounts on the spot. Or these were people who are like my bosses, for example, maybe in their 30s, 40s. And so it's the first time creating an IG account because this 19-year-old intern is telling us about the cooler stuff and we need to have IG. So they created IG, and by default, right, they chose the private mode. And then this 19-year-old guy was like, if you set it on private, then why are you on IG? And he's not being sarcastic. It's a genuine comment coming from his generation.
Yeah.
IG is meant for the public, right? And so I spoke with him. I asked him more questions. It's their way of exchanging context. Last time I added you on Facebook, right? But
Before
now,
Facebook, do you remember there was Friendster?
yeah, of course, I belong to that era. But Friendster is still friends that you already know.
I think so. I think it's the same as Facebook.
Yeah, so kind of an extension of that. It serves that
Right.
purpose, right? But so like the young people nowadays, okay, maybe they don't even add IG now. Maybe they add.
Snapchat.
I don't know what other
TikTok.
maybe I don't know what other channels they have. But back then, a few years ago, when this 19-year-old intern was talking to us, so he's saying that when you meet people at clubs, like,
Yes,
what's your IG? You exchange IG. You don't exchange Facebook. Facebook is like.
But then, if I exchange my IG with somebody that's in the club, it's because I want them to be my friend, right? That's why I'm exchanging my IG with them.
Yeah. So that's their hey, share with me your Facebook.
Yeah.
The definition of that is share with me your IG.
Yeah.
Hey, IG follow it.
Okay. So he's basically saying that IG accounts should be public because that's you want people to see it. You want people to connect with you.
Like that makes sense from where he's coming from.
Okay.
It's different generation, right?
Okay.
Yes, different experience with technology, unlike us.
Is he an influencer?
No, a pretty cool guy. I mean, he's not going down the route of being an influencer, of course. Yeah, but it's just their way of like adding friends.
Yeah. I probably had my account public before, and then I switch it to private, and then I switch it to public, and then I switch it to private. I always ding dong between that, but I subsequently felt that it's why do I want to let everyone see what's happening in my world?
Because you don't really see it as a purpose for business or like, wanting to get more followers because of your other platforms that you want to promote and market, right? You don't see it that way.
I don't. I mean, as of now, I don't. The times when I do put it public is I probably was hoping that maybe I can use the platform as a way to talk about my coaching work or talk about like self-awareness stuff, things like that. But then I'm not an influencer, neither am I really loving the whole Instagram game. So I say, never mind, close it and put it in private.
So how do you relate that when you watch the Straits Times video and they show all this influencer lifestyle and they're showing that there's some hard work and thought?
Okay, there's some of the influencers that I saw in the video which I personally like because I think they've got there's certain value that they bring to my life. But then some of them I watch and I'm like, oh my god, so shallow. I'm very scared.
Okay, which one are you talking about?
I'm very scared.
There are a few featured in the video. There is a there is a Nobita.
I'm very scared. Sorry, I can't say I'm very scared. I don't even know what I'm scared about.
It's okay.
I'm very scared to. Okay, what if I say something and I make a remark and then
Nobita says, I feel like it should be about the love of sharing. It's important to be as organic as possible, not to be too like sponsored. Okay.
Okay. I'm very scared because I'm scared that anything I say will be slammed onto my face by all these influencers. I wanted to say,
Right.
those that is on my those that I choose to follow, I think, okay, whatever content I'm looking at every day has to have certain value to my life, right? It has to add value. If not, it is just going to be like, why is it even there, right?
Okay.
So, for example, Xiaxue, right? I don't follow her, okay, but I think whenever she says something, she does have a lot of point of view that I can perhaps learn from or see from her perspective.
Okay.
So I would think that there's certain value to it.
Yeah. She has a take on certain issues.
There's substance, right? There's content and valuable substance. So I'm willing to be influenced by her.
So
in that sense.
But then sometimes she posts her own views and you don't mind getting the occasional makeup or beauty related posts among all the other posts.
Oh,
okay. She shares
she has beauty and makeup. Yes. Yeah, okay, but because I don't follow her, but then.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't mind. I don't mind getting the occasional makeup and beauty, like you said, right? If I do follow her. But I probably won't follow influencers that is just all about the beauty or makeup or like the new clothes that they have.
Appeal to you, right?
Yeah. It just doesn't appeal to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, in a way, nothing stood out for you in the video. It's kind of things you already know. Like you can try to imagine what goes on behind the scenes, and in a way, that Straits Times video is trying to show that being an influencer is not all that easy because the journalist herself tried it and she put it into a video. Like there's so many things you have to consider.
Yeah, but what then stood out for you that made you want to share this with me?
Actually this part. So back to Nobita.
Who is she? Is she
one of
very
the
popular?
influencers in Singapore? Apparently a lot of followers. So she said,
I'm sorry, I don't know about that.
That's okay. That's the norm nowadays because the audience is so fragmented now. Someone popular in one circle, right, is totally unknown in another circle.
Okay, so what's Nobita famous for?
Fashion, lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she's saying, so I have things that appeal to women, I have things that maybe appeal to guys. Oh, the more skin you show, the more male engagement you get.
Oh, let me see.
Because they're just like humans. Let me read out. Let me go back to the line for you.
Okay, but she's supposed to appeal to women.
Right, so later on in the video, they also did an analysis of her followers breakdown, showing that there's more males.
Okay. Nice. I'm glad she has such a lifestyle.
But she's very honest and upfront, right? Like the more skin you show, the more male engagement you get. I'm wondering, she need not say that. I don't know why she got it.
But it's so true.
And just very honest, right? Like,
Yeah.
You don't have to say that in this video, but like just so there's kind of a meta awareness about what kind of like content you're producing, and therefore what kind of audience you're growing.
So can I share something that's let me see how do I say this. So I've got a friend of mine that recently was complaining about somebody. So anyway, they were out hiking he wanted to bring her hiking in nature. Okay, but then less than 2 minutes of hiking, I think she kind of like felt that it was too hot. The weather's too hot, so she said, let's stop it. Let's not do. But then throughout that 10 minutes, she was doing Instagram stories and videos, and then typing onto the story saying, "Oh,
So great.
Being out in nature is so nice. Oh, everybody's got to do this, so that you feel mentally better."
So there's a disconnect.
Yes.
In reality, she's like, oh, it's so hot.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
But then on Instagram, she's trying to sell the fact that she's enjoying nature. She's trying to sell a certain image of herself.
So I'd rather she just honestly say it's very hot.
Yeah.
Then they'll be like, so damn awesome.
It's real, right?
Mm.
But then again, I'm hearing this from a friend who experienced that with her.
So the guy brought her up.
The guy brought her up.
Is it a date?
No. Just like a friend's going out.
Oh.
But then he was telling me because he was like, this is so not real. Like,
so if it's my friend, I would. If you're saying I brought my friend out and she did this, I'll be like, ew, what the hell? Hey, how can you complain with me and then now you post until like you
But that's it, right?
That's what I would say.
That's it, right? That's well, you can say that, but that's what a lot of people do. On one hand, reality is they put something out on IG that is like so picture perfect. Everything is nice, everything is perfect. But then in reality, their life is not like that, or they're not really enjoying it. So you're just trying to live up to an image that they're trying to create. So I find that disconnect very fake. So you asked me about the Straits Time video. I wonder. Okay, I don't know. I don't know how real is it. How real are some of the influencers' life?
Okay, so you might think it's not real because some of it's sponsored products.
That's fine, right? It's just job. Sponsored product is just job.
And if you label it accurately as it is, hashtag sponsored post, that's fine. But they don't have an ugly photo. Except maybe the IG stories whereby they can so-called be more real. But even the be more real part can be manufactured and curated, carefully crafted.
Yeah. But so I think interestingly, generation-wise, there's going to be a difference already. So okay, let me try to see if I can make sense, right? So you have the millennial, the older millennial generation who started IG. They are the ones that are looking for picture perfect stuff, right? The picture perfect lifestyle, the ideal, the dream. But then you have the younger generation now, for example, the Gen Z. That's after millennial, yeah?
I think so.
Right? And they want to see realness. They want to see the ugly stuff of not the ugly stuff, but they want to see realness. So if things are messy, if things are not picture perfect, they don't mind that too.
Which is why, from my understanding, right, they have two accounts, at least two accounts.
Oh.
It's called an alt, A-L-T, like alternate or alternative. So there's the picture perfect stuff that goes onto the main account, and there's one account for friends only. So remember when I told you my 19-year-old intern who's like, their form of exchanging contacts is through IG. So take any young person nowadays, and I'm not talking about teenagers, I'm talking about maybe 12-year-old, 13 years old, if they have a phone, right, and they have IG, they might have more followers than you and me combined. Because their friends are following them. And that's enough people, because everyone in school has IG. Then, okay, maybe they don't even use IG nowadays. I don't know what new platform they're using. But there's this concept of alt. Is that the way to pronounce it? A-L-T.
So why do they need to create two accounts? Why not just be one?
Maybe one is to avoid parents snooping on them. Because the main account is obvious, it's you. And the other purpose is that that's why we have IG stories nowadays, right? And before that it was Snapchat. So it's all in the moment. I'm just sharing goofy stuff. Because that's what young people do. Like, I don't want it to be permanently there. That's the problem with Facebook last time. Like, I post a photo of my food. Or I post an ugly photo of myself. It's just for fun. But it's there permanently on my Facebook timeline. But with IG stories, with Snapchat, like, it's just in the moment. It's all ephemeral.
Okay.
So there's a different use case for different generations. And they're using new stuff nowadays, new platforms that I don't even know about, maybe.
Oh, the last one that I'm caught up with is TikTok.
Do you know, have you heard of Discord?
Yes, I'm on Discord.
You're on Discord? Can you tell me about it? I mean, I roughly...
No, but Discord is like a communication platform.
It reminds me of IRC last time. You're part of the IRC?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Right, so like a group.
Do you use Slack?
I use Slack.
Slack is for communication, right? I think Discord is the same. Except that Discord came from like the gaming world.
So what kind of Discord groups are you in?
Oh, for my coaching stuff.
Who got you in there?
Do you know Xing Jian? Xingjian is a gamer. He's a friend of ours.
Right.
He's a gamer. And
Ask me, I know Xinjiang. Like you, halfway you're hosting a show and you realize that you actually are friends. Like act like you co-host, like not very close to each other.
no, so Xingjian is I forgot if I need to introduce Xingjian. I forgot what I do.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Our
so-
common friend got you onto this platform.
Yes. And
Reason for work or because
work.
they are interesting channels?
forward.
But if he got you for work, then you got you on Slack can already.
we don't there's certain limitations to Slack that
Okay. So Discord is open enough.
Yeah, correct.
Maybe free.
correct. So I'm on Discord, and that's the only channel I'm on actually for work. Oh, I don't know. I'm not on other channel, so I don't know what else is available on other channels.
Like any topic you think about, or maybe
I haven't explored that.
some influencers have their own Discord
Okay.
channels. Yeah, like it's totally not my world, not my thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I have how do you call that? Like if there's so many apps on my phone, I get stressed. So I try to limit my number of communication platforms.
Richard, you mentioned to me before the podcast recording, you deleted IG recently.
I deleted my account. No, sorry, I deleted my app. My IG.
You got it
app.
off your phone, but
I got
your
it off
account
my
is
phone.
still active.
Yeah,
I can still see you on
Correct.
IG. And you also closed Facebook before.
I also close.
Deactivated, yeah.
Yeah, once in a while I'll do something like that because
And then what got you back? Once in a while and then you come back.
no, so sometimes it's like if I feel like very stressed every time. Sometimes I see IG, I get very stressed,
Okay.
and I think it's so unhealthy that once in a while I feel like I need to get out of it, and then I'll only go back when I feel like okay, I think I can. I'm curious about something. I'm curious about someone, and then I'll get back.
You know, it is my dream to close down my Facebook account
Wow,
one day.
Facebook
Yeah, Facebook.
Why?
Maybe not IG yet, but Facebook.
Why?
Because I'm using it now for work, because we have to do Facebook Live and all that, like marketing or whatever. Like I still can't close it. But unless I'm checking for news, I realize I don't really get on Facebook that much.
Same.
Mm.
Same.
And if you check with the young people nowadays, I think their usage of Facebook is very much lesser.
Yeah. I think I don't even look at my Facebook feed, to be honest. Facebook is just there as an account. So the only reason that's making you stay on there is because of
Work, yeah.
why is it a dream to get off?
I don't know if the moment comes when I don't have to keep it for my work anymore, will I hesitate? But actually, I don't think I will because it's actually easy to deactivate it. Because what Facebook does is just, it keeps it there, it's just not public. One day you
30
want to...
days.
Oh, you mean before 30 days I have to reactivate? If not, it's gone forever.
I think so.
Oh.
Because I probably attempted to deactivate also. But why is it a dream? Like why does it appeal?
You see, as I'm saying, there's a part of me that doesn't want it to be permanently deactivated. You see, I'm still trying to keep a leeway somewhere. But I just don't see the need for it anymore.
Okay.
I can get news sources elsewhere. So there's this. Okay, so Facebook is your friends sharing links. Okay, now it's not even about them sharing their personal life. It's about them sharing links. Last time you still get a lot of people sharing their personal lives, or photos and nothing. But now it's like sharing links, right?
There is no added value to my life, to your life, right?
Because I can get news sources elsewhere. There's this concept of like you don't have to always keep yourself updated with the news because important news will find its way to you. For example, your friend brings it up in group chat or someone will show you a link or something. Like you don't have to go to Facebook to keep yourself updated with the latest news, although that's what we tell ourselves. I'm trying to keep myself updated. In a way, I'm telling myself that for work because I am trying to sense what people are talking about. I know what's trending so that I can talk about it on air for my job. But at the same time, there are other news sources. You can go straight to the news source.
Do you really think that what Facebook is showing you is what's trending anymore?
Oh, it's based on algorithm, that's for sure.
Right. So it's not really, it doesn't really give you the trends anymore.
Yeah, right in a way. You're right in a way. Except that, if something is really hot, then you know something's happening. Sometimes Facebook is still the first place that shows me that. But then again, that's because I check Facebook more often than not.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I probably only look at Facebook like twice a week, and it's just to go in 5 minutes and out.
Get out, right? So I was on leave for a week because we all have to clear our leave, right? And then I had to check something I forgot, and I went in there's so many notifications because I haven't been inside in Facebook for a few days. Yeah, that's why I realized, oh, actually, I don't naturally go to Facebook. Sometimes it's habit, it's a bad habit. You get addicted, right? So you just go to Facebook. But I realized I don't even have the action.
So your natural action is to IG now?
Yeah, I still do that with IG. Actually, I am on Twitter a lot. I don't tweet.
Oh,
I don't tweet, but I just read other people's tweets.
Okay, we forgot about Twitter altogether. Yeah, Twitter is another.
It's kind of like not as big. But I'm on Twitter because, sometimes they say like, wow, you go to Twitter, you see a lot of people arguing, or you go on Facebook, you see a lot of people arguing about politics or whatever, right? Two different points of view. But the thing is, it depends on who you follow, right? You can really curate it. And I think on Twitter, I follow the accounts that I'm interested in, and I don't find it all that bad.
Okay. Okay.
And there's not much photos to distract you.
Are there influence? Oh yeah, for sure. There's
thought leaders,
Okay.
key opinion leaders. So it's more text based, right? It's more, in a way, it's more intellectual.
So who influences you on your IG? Who are your influencers?
On IG.
Yeah. Who do you follow on IG?
Who do I follow on IG? You
Nobita?
gonna take my phone? Oh, apparently no. I don't follow her.
Xiaxue.
Yeah, I follow Xiaxue. Yeah. So I was telling you, right, I'm playing this game with IG, in which, because I have the theory, I think it's true, guys' IG explore page, right, gets a lot of so-called hot girls, because IG's algorithm thinks that that's what attracts men, and then they try to give me a lot of, female influencers. And so I'm trying to play this game because if you click on one, right, that's it, right? There's will be a huge explosion of like all the different influencers, right? All the sexy ladies, all the beautiful girls, all my explore page, right? So I'm trying to play this game with IG, and sometimes I'm losing, and that is to not click on those photos.
Okay.
At all.
Do you feel like you want to click on it, but like you really?
Yeah. I do. I'm like, what is it? The way the photo is taken is like, I just want to click on it, right? I was just trying to hold my hand. No, just don't click on it.
Oh my god, the power of social selling.
Right. So I'm trying to play this game with IG, and to make IG's explore page stop showing me so many so-called beautiful hot girls.
You can create an alternate account to just follow all these hot girls.
Very troublesome. Life is already hard enough as it is. I still have to create an alternate account. So troublesome. So anyway, let's do this experiment.
Let me see what's on your.
I'm gonna refresh my IG explore page, right? I'm gonna show it to Jada, and Jada is gonna describe what my IG explore page looks like.
Okay.
Because this is what IG thinks of me.
Alright, let's see what IG thinks of Andrew.
You don't acting.
Oh my god!
Okay, my phone is totally on Jada's hand right now. I don't even know what's on it. So describe what you see.
Babes.
Are you sure?
Babes. Oh my
Is it
god,
just-
this is the type of girls you like?
What? They're acting right.
No,
Stop
it's
it.
true. What is this?
Who's this? I don't know who she
Can I
is.
click? But will I change your algo?
Click off.
No, I'm scared. Okay, is it?
That is
Okay,
not
so what I'm looking at now is
no, that's a
picture of
comedy. Oh, okay.
I'm looking at a picture of a hot babe.
See what IG thinks of me.
There's okay, what IG thinks of you is that you like Marvel because there's Black Widow stuff
Oh
happening
yeah,
here.
I like the MCU stuff, so I get a lot of that.
And then there is this just one with a guy that is that gold bar or cash?
That's probably a finance related post.
Yeah, correct. Wow, you like babes like this.
I don't. It's the first time she appeared on my feed. I don't even know.
Okay, but I totally get what you mean by you feel like clicking. Even I, as a female, I'll be like,
Right?
oh my god, can I click to look at her?
Right. It's the way that. I mean, of course, they have to be pretty, but it's also the way that the photo is crafted.
Actually, it's just a picture. Okay, so to describe, it's just a picture of a girl that is sitting in front of her computer with her hand resting under her chin. She's got long hair, she's wearing a hat, she's got red lipstick on.
Sometimes you see similar posts from different influencers. Like the pose is the same, or the setup is the same. And it's quite funny. It's quite funny.
But it's just a picture. What's behind? Why is it drawing us to like click on her? Interesting.
Actually, honestly, I wouldn't click on this particular picture.
Oh, sorry, that is me.
not my type.
Oh, okay.
And there's this video is a TikTok. It's a comedy TikTok video kind of idea,
Well,
So
let's
get
go down a
views
little
as
bit.
well.
Okay,
Yeah.
what else is there?
Wow, I'm getting all the Marvel stuff.
Yeah,
Hot Babes.
a lot of
Hot
the
Babe here is
Marvel stuff.
Scarlett Johansson because Black Widow is
Yes.
hot recently.
Watches? Are you into watches?
Yeah, I do check out some of them.
Okay, so yes.
You just need to click on once, right? And then it just keep showing you.
Yeah. Okay, so yes. Oh, okay, definitely Scarlett Johansson. Black Widow is something that you're into these days.
That's trendy.
See,
now.
there's another hot babe. Hot babes.
Oh, okay.
Two.
Again, I wouldn't click on that.
And Bitcoin and watches. Okay, Andrew, I know that you're looking out for watches these days, right?
Is yours? Oh, you already deleted.
Sorry. No, but mine I think is a lot of
Yeah, what do you get on your
interior design. I have a lot of home decor stuff.
Why are girls'
Bitcoins.
IG Explore page so healthy? And then guys get the
Recently, I got a friend. I was talking to a friend. I was like, where do you find like people to date in Singapore? And he told me, go on IG lah. Then I'm like, huh? You mean you can find people to date on IG?
You know, people slide into your DMs. You know that's a phrase.
I know that's a phrase, but I never had anyone
Slide
approach.
into your DMs.
I've never had anyone slide into my DM on IG.
That's because you never post like all these,
Yes.
hot SG babes.
So apparently that's what people do. You go on IG to like
Yeah,
look
I'm
for
sure.
dates.
I'm sure they get lots of messages every day on a daily basis.
Wow.
I think it's a lot.
Such a stressful life.
Good problem for some people. You don't have to reply, right? Just text.
That's so rude.
Huh? But what if you have like at least 50 to 100 every day, just trying to pick you up? Then you won't reply.
No, then
Trust
I'll
me.
make my Instagram account private.
More PG-13. I'll make it private.
Okay, what how I want to invite this?
I'm sure Jada, if you post like it already.
Oh, I need to do the post like that.
Yeah. No, I think that let me find one for you too.
It's okay.
How come my feed is so healthy nowadays? Must be because it knows I'm trying to show you stuff. I'm sure there's more.
Andrew's feed is all Bitcoin and watches and the occasional babes.
And Marvel.
And Marvel, yes, and Marvel.
Right, so I'm winning this game. I'm winning this game with IG. Something like this.
I cannot lie, Andrew.
Okay, let me refresh it for you.
I cannot. Since when have you known me in the last 13 years that I wear anything like this? Maybe I must wear anything like this, Andrew.
Okay. You want to describe it for our audience?
Okay, so I'm looking at this picture of, oh wow, she's got long legs and beautiful hair.
Could be the angle.
Wow. Okay, so like a really tight fitted dress that's like really short, inches above the knee. So if she bends down, everything will be exposed. Long wavy hair, and she's basically just like turning her body around to show the curves.
Will you click?
Oh god, I'm a female and yes, I'm a
Yeah, you're curious, right? You know,
Yeah.
like, okay, like you click on it.
yeah.
So there you go. Boom.
Yeah. So it's telling us that our human mind is already conditioned to be attracted to certain things,
It's
right?
a dopamine hit.
Yeah. So you're primed to look out for things that is beautiful and attractive or sexy.
And you want more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're not satisfied.
So for all those that wants to become an influencer, all you need to do is to post pictures like this.
Yeah, you just got to play by the rules, and well, then you got to accept whatever comes along. Because I'm sure they get criticism on a daily basis, but you know, if you're out there, they're putting themselves on the line, right? All these influencers, and I'm sure they are stronger in some sense because you have to deal with all this negative feedback as well.
All right, Andrew, you can start curating your face or your IG feed.
Okay.
When you take some topless photos, oil yourself up, and then your followers will shoot through the roof.
Okay, so on that note, don't have to follow Jada. She just closed the IG. You know, I put our IG in our show notes.
No, I mean the account is still there. You can follow me if you want. I wouldn't mind. I only have 300 plus followers.
Okay.
Yeah, but I probably won't say hi back. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So you can follow me, Andrew Chan. Andrew, Z-H-A-N.